Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Cherika Brown. Of course, we're on another episode of Cherika Be Talking, cause I be talking. Y'all, we're gonna do the verse of the day first. So the verse of the day for January 3rd, 2026 says, "But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high." Psalms 3:3. It's a little cold out here, y'all, so I will not be before you long. So that particular message is basically saying God is a complete protector, providing comprehensive safety, true worth, and the courage to overcome loneliness and adversity. He restores hope and dignity from shame or despair. And the context of that particular scripture, King David wrote this psalm while he was fleeing in rebellion of his son Absalom, facing betrayal and many enemies who thought God had abandoned him. David declares his confident reliance on God's presence and power. He goes from despair to faith. And I think a lot of us can relate to that when we are going through hard times or just going through anything in life, where we go from despair to faith when we go back to our roots. That's why another scripture that we're not reading today is important. But train up your child in the way that they should go, so when they're older, they can't depart from it. Even as a strong-minded person, I've went through challenges and had tough times, and through those tough times I always remember my teachings and my upbringing, and somehow I always end up back to God. And the importance of that foundation is, without God, I just feel like we're lost souls. We cannot figure out this life on our own. And God truly restores hope and faith in you, because you realize that every bad situation that you've likely ever encountered or been in, you've always got through it. And you never see it in the midst of your troubles, but at the end you always see why something had to happen, or how something had to happen in order to change you for the better. I was just talking about a situation that I had similar to this, where I faced like betrayal back in I found out back in 2021. And when I found out about that betrayal, in a moment I couldn't understand it. I wanted to find every reason to be mad at everybody, to cut people off, and just to isolate myself. But now in current 2026, when I look back in hindsight, I understand that that situation had to happen, because had that situation not happened, I wouldn't have removed people from my story, from my life, that needed to be removed in order for me to meet new people, make new memories, and also learn newer lessons, and also grow into the woman that I'm becoming. So many places I would have never gone, so many people I would have never met, even relationship I would have never got into, had I kept that specific person in my life at that time and allowed things to keep going. And because I do have discernment, I always knew that this person wasn't meant to be in my life forever, even though we felt like a very close bond and connection. I always wonder, honestly, how will God get this person out of my life? And of course, I didn't think it was going to be through, it wasn't heartbreak, so I can't even lie and say it was heartbreak. I didn't think it was going to be through a form of hurt, but it ended up being through a form of hurt. I wanted it to be peaceful, like, oh, something is just going to happen where we just don't hear from each other from a while or something, and I can't see us like doing each other like that. But then when I look back in hindsight, I'm like, well, that's the type of character this person has. So it was only a matter of time before they betrayed me as well. The only person that was probably their like real true friend, and they end up, regretting it later, because present day they still talk about like, wow, I can't believe that we're not like what we used to be anymore. So that's just another thing to remember. If you are going through anything, turn to God. When you're not going through anything, turn to God. That way it's instilled in you to turn to God through good and bad times, ups and downs. And the good part about turning to God when things are bad, because we are human and we are going to face emotions and feel emotions. We're going to be sad, we're going to be happy. Even in those sad moments, you know that it's not the end. In the end, everything will be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. And when you keep those little small lessons with you, you can be a lot like we saw King David was in this particular psalm. And again, that particular psalm was Psalm 3:3. And again, it reads, "But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high." So if you believe and have faith in God, keep your head high no matter what you're going through. Walk around with a smile and know that it's okay, and it's going to be okay if it's not okay just yet. Y'all know I'll be back because I'll be talking. Peace.